Hey, I'm Elena, and today I'm going to talk you through the basics of contouring. I know I'm probably going to get lynched for saying this, but I'm not a big fan of the in-your-face Kim Kardashian school of contouring. When it comes to makeup, I like a really light touch, so that's why I'm going to show you how to do contouring with a powder foundation formula instead of a cream. So the basics of contouring is to highlight the features that you love and to minimize or slim the features that you don't. So today I'm going to use two shades from the Bare Essentials Bare Minerals foundation range. The light color is called Fairly Light, and the darker color is called Golden Tan. Now you should always look for formulas that are shimmer free. You don't want to have sparkles on your face, especially in the daytime, and only go for shades that are two shades lighter or darker than your natural skin tone. So now that you've selected your powder foundation shade, I always like to start with the contour. And I think of it as a little black dress. So I want to apply it on all the areas that I want to either slim down or create a shadow with. I'm going to use a small cheek brush that's really soft and fluffy. A big face powder brush just doesn't work for contouring because you won't be able to really get into the hollows of the cheeks where you want to start. So to find the contour where you're going to apply it, you can just sort of feel underneath your cheekbone where the hollow is, and that's where you're going to start applying the color in small circles. Now to start, I'm just going to dab a bit of the color on the brush, tap the excess off on the top of my hand, and then start applying in small circles right from the start of the hairline under the cheekbone. You don't want to do a back and forth motion because that's when you get that really super stripy line that looks really obvious. So I like to start really light and build up color. Again, tapping the excess of color off of my hand and applying the contour underneath in small circles. You can see that already it's creating a bit of a shadow, especially right at the top of the cheekbone. And again, I'm going to start right from the top of the cheekbone, under that hollow there, and do small circles, kind of moving all the way down. The nice thing about a powder is that you don't get the obvious kind of lines you get from a cream, which is why powders are great for daytime contouring, as well as a natural look at night if that's what you want. Now, the next place I'm going to contour is just under the brow bone, in sort of the contour of the eye, and just above the contour as well. And that's going to really make your eyes pop because it'll push the bone back. So I'm going to use a small eyeshadow brush, a fluffy one, and just take the color and push it again in small circles into the hollow of the eye just above the crease, and just kind of bring it from the inner corner in a C shape down. I'm going to do the other side. Again, taking it from the inner corner just above the crease in small circles out to the outer side. Now I'm going to bring the color up to the temples, which will slim out the sides of the face. So again, just take your color, knock off the excess, and sort of start right at the side of the face at the hairline, doing small circles in a sort of C shape. And what you want to do is bring it down and join it to the very top of where you've started the contouring at the cheek, just so you don't have an obvious break of color. And that just sort of works to slim down the face at the sides. So next, I'm going to highlight all the areas of my face that I want to stand out. And for that, I'm going to use a fan brush, which has a very light touch and will just add a hint of pale color over those areas. So I'm going to use my lighter color now and just sort of dab the brush into the color. And again, using the back of my hand to get rid of the excess so you don't get those harsh lines when you apply the color to your face. And to start, just get my hair out of the way. You want to put the color just sort of back and forth and in small circles over the top of the cheekbone now. And it's okay to use back and forth movements here because the color is so sheer and light. So you can see there's quite a contrast with the lighter color here and the darker underneath the cheekbone. I'm going to use the same small eyeshadow brush that I used for contouring on my eyes. And I'm going to take it now over the brow bone, just to highlight and push that brow bone forward from the inner corner outwards. I'm going to get a bit more color. Now again, you can be a bit more heavy-handed with this color because it's so light if you want to highlight this area. And now I also like to take it down and let it blend with the very tip of the cheekbone where you've started that highlight. Just again, so there's no obvious breakage of color. So you can just blend it all in a little bit with your fingers, which is what I like to do, just to make sure there's no obvious lines. And then you're good to go.